Alright, listen up. It is your guy, Tracy Walker, aka your radiology liaison, reporting live. Thank you for tuning in. Check this out. If you are looking to make your life better, you are in the right spot. I'm just casually walking through life, writing them down, taking notes. If you have any questions about the entire radiology umbrella, this guy right here is registered in CAT scan, x-ray, MRI. It doesn't matter what it is. If you got a question about salary, what it took for me to get here, just stay tuned. This video right here is about what to expect as an x-ray tech. All right, peace. Hit me up in the comments. I kid you not, I will reply to every single last one of you. Remember guys, this is a community here. So if you know the questions to any of anyone else's comments, help us out and answer for us. It doesn't matter what it is. If you have any questions, and remember, if you want to hold a conversation with me in order to correspond, make sure you have your notification bell on so that whenever I reply to you, you'll get a notification that I reply to you, and then we can correspond back and forth. All right, so without further ado, here we go. This video is about what to expect as an x-ray tech. All these things that I've noticed, because I've been walking through life. I've been a tech, I've been a CAT scan tech, an x-ray tech, MRI tech for so many years now, and there's so many things that we can talk about. But first, before we get started, there's one thing I want to talk about, and that is opportunity. A lot of people are walking around here saying that they never had the opportunity, they never had those programs, those Head Start programs when they were in high school in the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s and all that stuff. So happened they did. You just didn't do the research, or you didn't do the work, or you didn't ask. They were offering Head Start programs when you're in college, magnet programs, AP classes, classes that get you credits towards college. They're offering, x-ray tech, MA, certifications, auto tech. All those things were out there, and they were out there designed to get you a head start in life. So happened you were partying, or you were trying to have fun in high school, or you weren't looking for a challenge, or you were like, I'm not trying to be an x-ray tech or an auto mechanic, or whatever it is that they were offering, or those college credits. You're like, I'm not trying to make my life harder. Those programs were there to give you a head start in life. So when you get out of high school, you'll have your certification or your certificate or your license in your hand, so you can get paid 20, 25, 30 bucks an hour at 18 years old versus working at Sonic or Dipping Dots or Home Depot making 8, 9, 10 bucks an hour. So when you have that certificate, you're making money than all your friends. So while you're in college, you're already middle class, and you can start going to school, paying for your own school, patting yourself on your back saying, I paid my own way to be here, because you're already getting paid 30 bucks an hour. Those are the programs that set people up, and also something to fall back on. So if you drop out of college or you get pregnant, life happens. You get someone else pregnant, you gotta work full time. You can't be in school, which in reality you can, but maybe you can't be in school. Now you have 30 bucks, 25 bucks an hour to fall back on, versus not having anything at all and being, working as hard as you can at a Home Depot or T-Mobile or whatever. I'm not knocking that, but I'm just saying, I said the same thing. Man, they didn't offer those things whenever I was in high school, but they did. I just chose to ignore it because I was a student athlete. I thought that I was going to go pro. I'm only 5'9", guys. I thought I was going to be a pro football player. I really thought that. And some of you people are out here doing the same thing. You think that you're going to do something or become whatever you're trying to become. You can set yourself up by getting paid with these certificates that are out here now, like x-ray, ultrasound, MRI. doesn't matter what it is. These certificates pay more than a bachelor's degree. That's crazy, right? There's so many things out here that you guys don't even know about. But these certificates, HVAC, plumbing, truck driving. Truck driving is not even a 2-year program like X-ray, MRI, ultrasound, barber, cosmetology. Truck driving is like 6 months or less, and I know people who are getting paid $80 an hour. The downside to that is that they're driving all day, so usually you're probably going to gain a lot of weight. I've had truck drivers in the comments tell me that they make $100,000 on a 6-year certificate. Is that fair? Does that make sense? They're getting paid more than teachers and nurses on 4 months of school, but people are out there doing it. People, if you got good salary and you do something and it took you less than 4 years to do it, put it in the comments. Remember, this is a community. I want to share everything. Please subscribe if you want your question answered. You don't even have to subscribe, but it'll be nice if you do it for me. But anyways, I digress. Another thing I want to talk about is change, routine. It's not a bad thing. Change or routine is not a bad thing. Here's what I mean by that. A lot of you people are spending 2 hours a day while you're at work on your phone, looking at social media, on Instagram, looking at butts and boobs and muscles and whatever, when you should be spending that time reading a book or doing something to make your life better, doing the FAFSA, applying for better jobs, getting out of your situation, going back to school. You can get enrolled in school, and those 2 hours or an hour that you spend on social media, you could be spending that doing your homework while you're at work. You dig what I'm saying? So you could be doing your homework at work, getting paid, so when you get off, you have free time. Because so many people claim that they don't have time for homework or because they got these things going on. Meanwhile, those are the same exact people who just got through bragging that they binge watched the whole entire season of whatever it is that you're watching. I don't know, insert whatever show you're watching and think about and be like, damn, I did binge watch Stranger Things, or I don't know, whatever. You binge watched the whole Marvel movie, Umbrella, in one day. Like, you could have been doing homework this whole time, and meanwhile you're letting time get away from you. Not only are there gatekeepers out there preventing you from being what you're trying to be, but you got yourself. The biggest gatekeeper there is you, and it's keeping you from being who you're trying to be. All right. Anyways, like I said, I hope that was powerful enough for you to change your life. If it doesn't, maybe when you're 30, you'll think back and be like, oh my God. Or when you're 40 or 50, you're like, damn, I wasted all these opportunities when I could have been doing it this whole entire time. But anyways, all right. So what to expect as an X-ray tech? The first thing that you guys are going to notice is that Hollywood TV shows, they have it all wrong. The way they display like the films, the old school films from like the 80s, and like they have these, no, that's wrong. That's not how it looks. X-ray has been digital for the past 15 years, perhaps even longer. So when you take the picture, it's on the screen. And also, the doctor isn't doing the X-rays. The tech is. So many times in the movies I've seen like the doctor behind a control panel, like taking the X-rays or doing the CAT scans or MRI. The doctor is not around. Doctors who are ordering your exams don't know anything about X-ray or CAT scan. Most people, regular people walking on the street, patients do not know the difference between CAT scan, X-ray, MRI, what has radiation and what doesn't. And the same thing for doctors, nurse practitioners, physician assistants. They don't know how to read X-rays. They don't. A radiologist is the type of doctor who reads X-rays. And so happen a radiologist is one of the highest paying doctors that you can be. So if you want to sit in a dark room all day and look at pictures, CAT scans, MRIs, X-rays, ultrasounds, pays a lot of money. A lot of money. The downside to that is that you can gain a lot of weight because you sit down all day. The whole entire day. You sit down, you look at a monitor, you don't get your steps at work. It's very crucial to get your steps. Anyways, another thing. When you're taking pictures of patients, they want the results now, and they think that you can give them their results. But you're not a doctor, right? So please deter from trying to give patients their results. That's the radiologist's job. All right, another thing. I failed the x-ray exam. I failed the x-ray test to become a registered x-ray tech in 2016. And you know what? I failed with the 74. The ART made it to where you have to have a 75 to pass. So a 70 doesn't pass you. Yeah. That works out for them, right? So they can make that money at the testing facility. Pearson VUE has a monopoly, as far as I know, in Texas on test taking for most exams. It doesn't matter what you're trying to be. If there's a certificate involved, you have to go through Pearson VUE to take that test. And what Pearson VUE is just a facility where they have cameras behind your back, and there's test proctors, and they give you the exam, and they give you time to tell you can't have calculators or you can't have calculators and all that stuff. But yeah, I failed with the 74. Got in a car to drive home, and I just broke down and started crying because I knew I was supposed to make it. I was supposed to pass because I studied so hard. But I was like, I'm not going to let that deter me. So you know what I did? I studied even harder. I erased those apps off my phone, and I freaking studied hard every single day, weekends, just cranking out review questions, doing it over and over and over and over. I had every single test question and test prep in my head. I could read the first 3 words of the question, which of the following? I'd be like, annexation of Puerto Rico. I would just know the answer. And I took the test again. Guess what I scored? A 75. That doesn't make any sense. So I just want to put this out there. I don't know if the test has changed, but the x-ray test is harder than the MRI and CAT scan exam. It's harder. When I took it, it was multiple choices. It was like multiple choice. Not A, B, C, D, but A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. It was like none of the above, or all of the above, or some of the above. Or was it A and B but not C, or is it C and D but not A? So there was like 9 possible questions. So you had to know the multiple guess. All right. Anyways, I don't know if it's like that anymore. One thing you're going to notice is that you're going to be doing a lot of tedious positioning in X-ray. You're going to be lifting a lot of patients. You're going to be breaking your back. So make sure you bend your knees and you use form every time. Remember, if you're tired, that's when you have to use the correct form. Because whenever you get lazy, that's when you hurt yourself. That's when you hurt your shoulder moving the x-ray tube around. Because sometimes it's difficult. When you move the tube, you can tweak your shoulder. And it's happened to me more than once using the x-ray tube. Lifting patients. A lot of time, what happens when patients get into the hospital, they think that they have to act out their injury to let you know that it's serious, but they're in the hospital, so we know that it's serious. But a lot of patients fall out, to act like they can't walk anymore, and it's like, I was outside, I saw you walk in, and then now when you're here, you can't walk or do anything anymore, or lift your arms, or take off your own bra or your own shirt. But patients are going to do that, so anticipate resistance. Just do not hurt yourself. Same thing when it comes to CT and MRI. You're going to have to lift the patient onto the bed sometimes, but a lot of times patients know that they're a burden, especially when they have pre-existing conditions with with obesity or, you know, being paralyzed. Those are the people who help you the most, and they don't want your help, and they want to put themselves onto the table. So don't be too fast when it comes to helping people, because some people will see that as a sign of disrespect. Okay? All right. The most common injuries. The most common injury that I've seen, this is personal for me. So the most common injury that I've ever seen is, you won't believe it, people falling over their pets. For some reason, people don't want to, you know, step on their animal or their dog or their ferret or their cat, so they throw their entire lives away, you know, and, you know, hurt themselves, versus stepping on their cat. You see that cat or dog there, you better step on it, otherwise you're going to find yourself inside the emergency room. All right. The most catastrophic injury I've always see is always motorcycle injuries. Motorcycle. I think that motorcycles are so cool, and it's even more cool whenever you're in a motorcycle gang. I always wanted to do that whenever I was 18, and I was like, and then just chance, I just never got around to getting a motorcycle. But yeah, it's the most catastrophic injuries I've ever seen, especially with femur fractures. Skateboarding injuries are also catastrophic because people are very high in the air when they're on rollerblades or skateboards. All right. If you are a student or you're going to be an X-ray student, remember to build good relationships with your coworkers, with your instructor, because those are going to be the people who are going to be putting in words for you whenever you get hired. You may not think it, but they're talking about you behind your back. Is she good? Is he good? Is he motivated? Does he volunteer? Volunteer to do every exam. When a patient arrives, jump up, be ecstatic, and be excited to train to work on that patient no matter what it is. If you don't know what it is, ask questions, but just make sure that you're on time and you are happy to be there, because people can sense when you don't want to be there or you hate it. Just remember to be in a good mood, a positive mental attitude, and that will secure you a job. So don't worry about it. Even other imaging facilities communicate with each other. They're gonna call over there and go, hey, Amber was a student over there at your place. How was she? And then you're gonna get a job. All right, looks like I got a patient, guys. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, hey gang, there's one more thing that I wanted to add. If you wanna hang out with me outside of YouTube, I play this game on PlayStation Network online. It's called Dead by Daylight. I hate when my hair is not doing what I want it to do. But anyways, play this game. It's called Dead by Daylight. It is an online game only. It is on all of the consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, PS4, PS5, computer. It's a really good game. It's the best game I ever played in my entire life. It's 5 players per match online. The matches run between 10-20 minutes, and there's 5 survivors and 1 killer, and the killer is trying to kill the survivors. You know, once the survivor is caught, the killer catches you and puts you on a meat hook, you know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. They're constantly updating the game like they do in Grand Theft Auto. Where they always add new plugs and patches, and they fix bugs. Still to this day, they add new characters. Some of the killers is, Freddy Krueger, the pig from that movie Saw. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of lore. It's really awesome game. My gamer tag is hard body tough. Everything is lowercase except for hard, like H and the capital B in body and the capital T in tough. And tough is spelled Tough, not Tuff. Hard body tough. Capital H, capital B, capital T, Add me on PSN if you want to commit suicide. All right, it is your guy T Walk, aka Tracy Walker, your radiology liaison reporting live. Bye. All right, guys, there's one more thing that I left out. Listen up. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone's feelings. If you let time get away from you, listen up. We're all humans, okay? So it happens. I did the same thing. That's why I ended up in the military, and I lost 5 years of my life. But you know, some people can say it wasn't a bad thing. It's because it wasn't a bad thing because I learned some stuff. But guys, if you're in high school right now, this very moment, and you're watching these videos, you need to get engaged, change your the way of thinking, and get into those courses, those AP classes, the magnet program. If they offer whatever kind of STEM or whatever kind of program they offer in high school for free, take advantage. All right, for those of you who are not, in high school anymore, you're in your 20s, your 30s, all right, you don't have to do x-ray to make some money, to get out of the situation that you're in. Now you can get enrolled. You can get enrolled in school while you're working, putting the phone down and doing your homework while you're at work. And you can, I don't know, you can be ultrasound, you can be MRI. You don't have to do x-ray to be in radiology. You can just skip x-ray and go straight to the higher paying one, like I said in my other videos. If you want to find out about that, watch my other videos. I also have some fitness videos. If you're trying to get fit, I got some workout routines for you guys. Just check me out. Give me some props, guys. All right. Besides the radiology field, you guys can do truck driving, HVAC, barber, cosmetology. These are 2-year certificates or less. So these 2-year degrees that people are cranking out, these associates with what a certificate to do something, a license, when you get these licenses, you get paid more than a bachelor's. You dig what I'm saying? So you guys can make some money. That's all I'm saying. But all right, it's your guy Tracy Walker reporting live. Thank you for tuning in. I am signing off. Peace.